An abandoned crematory. I know very well how much you like the videos of our Chinese colleague Xiao Long, so I have chosen especially for you a very interesting trip to a long-abandoned, supposedly haunted funeral home connected with the crematory. Already on the way there, Xiao Long and his companion has experienced some potentially paranormal phenomena, but it was only after when they entered the crematory itself that things immediately escalated. As they entered one of the rooms, the silence was interrupted by a mysterious sound.
这好像就没事。哎呦我操！谁呀？这是这声儿，里边有具干尸。
However, it wasn't the sound itself that proved to be most frightening.
炉子里真有，有啥呀？干尸，不可能这地方有干尸啊！看看，来看看来，看看，我滚你妈逼的！你操你妈！你傻逼了！你吓我一跳啊！
When they were right next to one of the devices, the metal door opened by itself. But that was nothing compared to what happened a little later. He decided to push back one of the metal flaps and take a look inside the furnace, and what he found there was simply disturbing.
去你妈了个逼的，哪有？忙那个，你搭把手来。哎，搭把。哎。啊！哎呀，我天啊！我操！啊！对不起！啊！我操！那这是不是？啊！我操你！啊，兄弟们，那里边是尸体。
As they continued, they reached a very special place. They didn't realize it until they read the labels on the equipment in the room, but it turned out that they were in the mortuary.
他妈的，这是放尸体的，我操！我操！对不起！
As Xiao Long looked at one of the freezers from the distance in shock, the door of the unit began to slowly open, and the platform where the bodies are normally placed on moved by itself. That night, they experienced an incredible number of hard-to-explain phenomena, but I'm not going to show you every single one. You can check them out for yourself by watching this video on his channel. On the other hand, at the very end, I will show you why they will probably never go back to this place.
Time. 操你妈！
Just when it seemed that all the paranormal phenomena they experienced that night had calmed down, Xiao Long, pointing his camera at a suspicious hole in the ceiling, noticed something scary. Something that was only visible for a brief moment, something that looked like a completely transparent face. The spirit of a child. It's important to say that the author of the video we are about to see has long suspected that the basement of her house was haunted by some mysterious entity. This could be proved by things such as strange noises, moving objects, or even a door closing by itself. To the surprise of her viewers, one day when she was alone in the house, something happened for which to this day neither she nor any member of her family can find an explanation.
Hey guys, so I made a video a few days ago about my haunted basement, and I know a lot of you don't believe it, you think it's just for views, but I actually have some footage. I hope that this can convince you guys that my basement is I practically caught the ghost on camera. So I'm sitting here at the kitchen table and this just happened. So these balloons that I have over here, these old helium balloons that are for my daughter's graduation party. So one happened to be way down there by the bathroom in the hallway. And I seen it like drift quickly into the kitchen, and I thought it was a person. It scared me, and then when I seen the balloon moving by itself, I quickly filmed it, and I hope I'm holding the camera in the right direction. If not, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna show you the footage right now. So the balloon, as you can see, it moved across this whole length by itself. It was on the floor, and it just dragged. And then it turns this corner right here by itself. It turned the corner, and then went down those creepy basement steps. And I have the footage right here. I'm going to show you because I know none of you believe me.
Her child's balloon flew a very long distance all by itself, heading straight for a haunted basement. In fact, it's quite hard to explain what we just saw. There are no strings attached to the balloon in the video, and even if there were, the balloon wouldn't move that smoothly. It looks like something we can see is gently guiding it through the house to the basement, which is covered in the darkness. Watching this video, I am reminded of a moment from a child's funeral we saw a while ago. There too, the balloon spontaneously moved around the room, and no matter how many times it was pushed away, it always found its way to one of the men present in the room. So, could it be that her house is haunted by a spirit of a child? Maybe it's an invisible friend of her daughter. Who knows, perhaps she will upload more interesting videos in the future. The Abandoned School. Dasauchi is a Korean YouTuber who loves to explore abandoned places, often at night, in search of paranormal phenomena. This time he has chosen an old ruined school about which there are many interesting ghost stories. And I think it's enough to say that he wasn't disappointed at all.
와, 잠깐만, 나 진짜로. 잠시만요. 잠시만. 와, 이씨, 안 돼, 이씨, 무서운 거, 아버지, 할아버지, 보살님, 어떡해, 이씨. 어떡해, 이씨.
As he was checking room after room, he could hear all sorts of sounds coming from the corridors shrouded in darkness. Falling objects, footsteps and mysterious whispers, but even though he tried, he was never able to determine their source. However, at some point when he was near the stairs leading to the upper floor of the building, he noticed something suspicious.
나와봐, 기 나와봐. 자, 도발하면서 가겠습니다. 기 나와봐, 새끼야. 모가지 따기 전에 썩을 거사. 나와봐. 썩을 잡고사 나와봐. 나와봐라고 잡고사. 나와봐. 아이!
Thinking he heard something, he tried to provoke it, and then, while slowly walking towards the stairs, he noticed a mysterious figure, almost transparent, that silently disappears just behind the wall. Of course, as you can imagine, as soon as his fear after the unusual sight already passed, he immediately went upstairs, but there was no trace of the mysterious figure. However, it was only the camera left behind in one of the school corridors that brought really unexpected results. Take a look. The camera left in the hallway caught something strange. Something like a semi-transparent figure appearing only for a brief moment, only to quickly disappear a short time later. But was it the same thing he had seen before, when he found himself near the stairs? But even if it was, what could have been that thing he was able to capture on the camera? Is it possible that it's a real ghost, as the author of the video claims, or could it be nothing more than a homeless person wandering through the grounds of abandoned school? Let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you like this video so far, please subscribe and enable notifications. Thank you. Night, forest and something. The next video comes from an unknown source and was sent to me by a viewer, but that only makes it more mysterious. It's a short moment recorded by a camera set up around the house of a person who basically lives in the middle of the forest. We have no information about the video, but we can assume that its author heard strange noises coming from the area and decided to check it. And it's probably him who can be seen in the video scanning the area with a flashlight. However, the most important thing is this creature that passes quickly right under the watchful eye of the camera at the same time, and after a while it dissolves into the darkness. A humanoid creature that moves almost like a human on two legs, except that its eyes seem to glow in the dark. What's even more interesting, in this brief video we can also see a dog sitting in a porch, staring intensively at the mysterious figure walking nearby. He isn't barking or chasing it, he is just staring. It seems that even he is surprised by what he sees. So what could it have been? A skinwalker? The Rake? Or maybe something completely different? A mysterious figure. The following video is the result of paranormal investigation conducted at a place located in Morgan City, Southern California, that is, of course, said to be haunted. The authors of the investigation are ghost hunters from the popular travel channel, on which they have their own show. It was the phase of the investigation when they left all the equipment set up around the house, decided to leave for the night and review the data the next day to see if cameras managed to record anything suspicious. Well, since I'm going to show you this video, you can already guess. They managed to record something quite interesting. One of the cameras set up in the living room was able to capture a mysterious, almost transparent figure walking down the corridor from the kitchen to the main stairs. What's interesting, just before the figure appears, the light in the kitchen turns on for a few seconds and then turns off again. But why would a ghost turn on the light? We don't know that, but after all, we have seen many times when something we can't see do all sorts of strange things. Fortunately, because of the good placement of the equipment, we can see the mysterious figure from a completely different perspective. In this angle, the mysterious figure appears even more transparent than before. What's interesting, when the ghost hunters saw what they captured, they tried to replicate this effect but didn't achieve such a degree of transparency, which at the same time proved that it wasn't a member of their team. So, what were they able to capture? Sadly, this will remain a secret forever. What hides in the darkness? It's not known where the next video comes from, but its main character is a small child, and as we all know very well, when there is a child in a video, we can also often find something paranormal on it. But in this particular case, the term demonic fits even better. The defenseless baby lying in the crib seems anxious about something. This is just my guess, but I assume it's reacting to this thing, which is watching it closely from the darkness. But what is this mysterious being? Is it still a ghost, or is it already a demon? The Graveyard After Dark. The following video comes from Franco TV channel. It's been a really long time since we have seen anything from good old Franco, and by chance something very interesting and at the same time disturbing fell into my hands. The other night Franco found himself in a cemetery, and if you have been following his work, you know that cemeteries are among his favorite places to explore at night. That's because more than once the ghost hunter has experienced something in such places that no one could even explain. Of course, this time it was also the same.
You can see so much more now with the night vision. It's ridiculous. Hold on. Just heard a noise. I literally just heard a noise down here. What the f? Holy crap. There's somebody legit inside the room.
It was not long before Franco found himself in a part of cemetery where the tombs were located, and in one of them he noticed from afar a woman sitting on a chair. He didn't assume it was something supernatural or a spirit, but stated that it was certainly a person, but he had no intention of interacting. And this isn't surprising, because we can safely assume that normal people won't sit in the dark in a graveyard crypt. Instead, Franco went to a completely different part of the cemetery and continued his atmospheric exploration.
Okay, so what I think is there's somebody actually here visiting, and I think when I came around through the loop area, they might have walked away because I might have freaked them out a little bit. But wait. Oh my God. She's right there. That's the lady I saw. It's an old lady. Hello? Ma'am, do you need help? Do you need help? Yeah. Not doing that. Oh my God, there's an old lady here, and I think she's visiting. There's a legit old lady here. I don't know if I should call the cops or call somebody.
When he was literally on the other side of the cemetery, he encountered a mysterious older woman again. She was sitting in the darkness and staring at someone's grave. Of course, I'm not saying it's anything paranormal, that it's some kind of a spirit or ghost, but just the fact that he encountered something so abstract while exploring the cemetery at night, for many is just simply terrifying. But what about you? What would you do if you encountered someone like that sitting alone in dark in a cemetery? Let me know in the comments. The hospital. I came across the following video only recently, and I thought it would be worth watching it with you. The video comes from the well-known Ghost subreddit, and its author works as a security guard in a hospital. As he explains in a short post, he had never believed in supernatural phenomena until this incident.
See? See, I fucking don't. No.
When the author of the video made his first round in the middle of the night, he remembered this chair standing against the wall on the other side of the corridor. But when he made his round a second time, he found it in a completely different place, and to make matters worse, it looked like someone or something invisible was using it. In the workplace. The next video, or rather a few of them, was sent by one of the viewers. They are about the situations that happen at his work. Many strange and hard to explain things happen there, and what we'll see is just a small portion of what he and his colleagues have to deal with on a daily basis.
Uwaga, coś wam pokażę. Tutaj, gdzie pokazuję, spadną farby, gdy nikt nie mógł z drugiej strony popchać, ponieważ są ścianki. Ochujenie, powiem tyle. Można? Można.
Heavy cans of paint laying on a shelf and falling to the floor by themselves are certainly a strange sight, but this is nothing compared to the videos taken at night.
Ochujenie, co? Nikogo nie ma, a to co zobaczycie w tej chwili to jest wielkie ochujenie.
This time we are dealing with something much heavier and larger than a small cans of paint, and while they could indeed have simply fallen down, we can't say it in this case. In the middle of the night in the warehouse, a heavy pallet slides across the floor by itself. But who or what could be the cause? It seems we can find the answer to this question in the third video.
Duchy istnieją. Przeszedł sobie, tak jak pokażę jeszcze raz. I regały, wszystko widać, tylko widać postać jak przechodzi. Ochujenie, co? I to była godzina, zaraz żebym wam nie skłamał, 2:25.
In the middle of the night, just before 3 AM, the camera recorded a mysterious figure strolling through the store. The problem was, as the viewer himself admits, there was absolutely no one in the store at that time. We can only hope that the author will continue to observe the situation and will send us more interesting videos. If you like this video so far, please subscribe and enable notifications. Thank you. The Palace of the Witch. The crew of Clipstore channel consists of 3 ghost hunters in Japan. On this trip they visited a haunted place the locals called the Palace of the Witch. When they got there, it turned out that this name was quite fitting, and the mysterious building is as impressive in its complexity as it is able to send shivers down your spine. It was indeed a true Palace of the Witch. And even as the team checked the surroundings before going in, we can see something suspicious in the video.
全部行ったところかな。
正面だ。
外観と君やなやっぱ。
いや、ここすごいね、ここから見ると。
こんな鉄格子で全部が窓が覆われてるのが気持ち悪いなと思う。
いや、確かにね。なんか今上に人影あったぞ。
As one of them points the camera and the flashlight at the top of the building, he notices something that quickly disappears. It looked like whatever it was watching from above and was trying to avoid the approaching light. Although it was only very faintly visible, it was enough to make them worried. Nevertheless, they decided to go inside. As they wandered through the corridors of the building, they came across many interesting rooms and things. But I know very well that we didn't gather here to admire the architecture. We are interested in paranormal phenomena, and fortunately, there was plenty of it. At some point, one of them decided to isolate himself from the group and sit alone in one room to try to provoke spirits. He chose a suitable place and just waited. And he probably didn't expect at all what kind of reaction his behavior would cause among the entities. As he waited for a sign of a presence of spirits, something pulled him backward by the hand with quite a force. It was so strong that he almost fell off the TV on which he was sitting. But that wasn't all. When scared, he ran out into the hallway to look for his friends. Next to them, he noticed something else, something truly frightening.
Gacha! なんか触られた。は？上をったろ今。大ちゃん後ろ！後ろ！降りて！大ちゃん後ろ！大ちゃん降りてきて！
When all of them, surprised by the shouting of their friend, met in the main corridor, something hard to explain appeared behind one of them. However, when he turned the camera around, there was nothing unusual.
どうした？え？は？上をったろ今。大ちゃん後ろ！後ろ！降りて！大ちゃん後ろ！大ちゃん降りてきて！
Was it the same thing they have seen just before entering the building, or was it just a simple fake? Judge it in the comments. The authors of the video, after what they experienced, decided to go out of there as soon as possible, but this wasn't their only visit to this place, there were others, and if you want to see them, take a look at their channel, the link as always in the description. Poltergeist activity. Next, let us look at an interesting video coming from France. I'll say right away that it's quite old, 11 years old, but there is something authentic about it and I thought it would be interesting to look at it together. The video doesn't look like anything was prepared and the author's reaction makes the video very believable. Take a look.
Merde là. Oh, il y a tout qui est cassé, je vois. C'est quoi ça? C'est quoi ça? Voici mon couloir. Voilà. Ma chambre. Non, limite. Voilà, ma chambre. Putain. Je sais pas ce qui se passe ici, mais ça m'énerve, quoi. Ta gueule. C'est quoi ça? Qu'est-ce qui se passe ici? C'est que ce bordel? J'ai la chair de poule. C'est quoi ça?
What we saw looked like a typical activity of a poltergeist that decided to have some fun at the expense of the master of the house. When he finally regained his composure, he decided to take another look into the room, but it wasn't such a great idea.
Putain, faut que je reste ici. Faut que je me barre.
Unfortunately, the video ends at this point and we will never know what happened next. And that's it for today. Thanks for your time and for watching this video. Please leave a like, comment and share the video so we can reach more people. And if you want to see more scary videos...